All right, baby, this is old master right here. King of big dog style. Master of the pop-up headbutt. King of the trailer court. The Sutter Psycho. Right here. Y'all listen to Wrestling Cheers. You dummy if you ain't paying attention. Listen, subscribe, like, share, all that business, baby. Old master right now. I'm going to drink some light beers.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to go where you can see that troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name. You want to go where
and
you
welcome
can see
back
that
to
troubles are
Wrestling
all the
Cheers,
same.
where everybody knows
wanna
your
go where
name,
everybody knows
especially
your name.
when you're big sexy. This is Wrestling Cheers. We like to talk about things going on in the Northeast Ohio independent wrestling scene. We preview shows, we review shows, and sometimes we even have interviews along the way. This is a preview episode for this Friday's show from AIW Hell on Earth 15. I am your host. I am Justin Summers, and Wrestling Cheers is brought to you by the Trending Topics Network and Midwest Territory. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to this fine podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose to desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. And we have the merch store over at whatamaneuver.net. Like I said, this is a preview for Hell on Earth 15. And this week, being joined by Stacy.
Hey, man, how's it going?
How's it been going with you, man? Been a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's been a little bit since there was an AIW show, too. So, like a month-ish, I guess.
Yeah, month. Well, we had it at the beginning of the month, but... And this is at the...
basically a month.
Yeah. Beginning of the month to end of the month, just it does stretch out a lot. Yeah, we didn't have anything in October. And we also have Ed.
Hello, hi.
When's the last time you were on?
It was a preview for Bobblehead, maybe?
Okay, so it's been a little while for you.
Yeah. It's been long enough that I have to question whether that was correct or not.
Before we get into this card, there's a reason why both of you are on this week, and let's just get it out of the way. Besides Hell on Earth,
it's because I'm dying, and this is my Make-A-Wish.
Oh man, I didn't know we were going public with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. God, would that suck though? What if I in between?
Yeah, man, that's probably not a joke morbid, you should make.
But what if in between now and the time this gets released?
Well, this is releasing on Wednesday, a day early, so you got 2 days.
My cat just sleeps on my face and smells it and I just suffocate, and we don't even.
Yeah, I mean, we'll know why.
Yeah,
it's a bad way to plug that we're gonna do commentary for a wrestling company.
Yeah, so there's a different wrestling show, and you can hear the two of us do commentary on the video afterwards.
Or you can come to the show, UXWA. And,
for sure, you should come to the show. Yes. You won't hear us. I mean,
if you're sitting at the right spot, or if you're Frankie Flynn.
Yeah.
If you're Frankie Flynn, you'll assault Ed, which is not. I mean, it doesn't affect me, I guess.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm just sure it's going to happen again. That's the shit part, and everyone keeps doing it.
It's gonna happen. I don't want
it, man. I hate it.
Just glad it ain't me. But yeah, man, UXWA. The show is actually a benefit show for Northeast Ohio SPCA, No Kill Shelter. Beta Scott is going to be on the show. WCW's Big Vito. It's basically UXWA at this point. And Ed, you tell me if you think I'm wrong, but it kind of feels almost like an AIW bar show.
Yeah, this is especially the bigger ones like this.
Yeah. It's really, this show's going to be a real good time. It's $15. If you've got a kid 12 or under, they actually get him free with you.
If you have a kid 12 or under, congratulations on having sex one time.
Yeah.
Or more than one time.
13-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's $15. It's Saturday, the day after Hell on Earth. And it is in Brooklyn, 4470 Ridge Road. And you can find information about it on Twitter, at UXWA Pro.
Who is this Veda Scott character? I've never heard of them. Are they new?
Yeah.
Veda Scott is from the video game Street Fighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Had the claws? Is that one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was Davey Vega.
Davey Veda Scott.
Okay.
Yes, that one.
Davey Vega Scott. Okay. We got the full name.
One of the three of us paid for a date with her once.
Ed, when did you do that?
Not me. must have been Stacy.
I have never done anything like that.
I don't know what kind of person would do that type of thing. Not sure. Maybe someone went on a date with, I don't know, Heidi Lovelace or Jimmy Jacobs. I don't know.
Oh, I would have gone on a date with Jimmy Jacobs.
He went pretty cheap too. He went like $30.
Really? What the fuck?
It might have even been cheaper than that. It might have been like 20.
To go hang out with Jimmy Jacobs? What's wrong with these people?
You basically just said Jimmy Jacobs is a cheap date too. Not
that he was a cheap date, that's what the auction went for. Okay, for those who don't know, because I don't know who knows or don't know. Yeah, I once won a Veda Scott date auction, but I wasn't bringing it up this time. People say don't say that, makes you sound bad. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I won't say that.
It could be worse.
How would it be worse?
Chris Chan paid for sex.
It's true. I just found that out on the newest episode of Super Chantastic.
And
Chris Chan bought a hooker.
And then that hooker was never heard from again because she retired after.
I fully believe that.
Where can people?
You got to really reevaluate your life after that.
Where can people hear this fun story?
Oh, they can hear it on Super Chantastic, on Super Fantastic. Same place that you would hear any of my other podcasts. New episode just came out last week.
Got those plugs in early.
So let's talk about the.
We did.
Let's talk about
let me make sure I got all the UXWA shit in because I'm a little high and I think I did.
Okay. So shoot.
It's Saturday. The doors are at 6. It's $15. And if you have a kid 12 or under, they get in for free. It's in Brooklyn. Yeah.
If you can get a hold of pre-sale tickets, it is $10. I do know that.
Oh,
but at the door, it's $15.
And Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, I believe, is going to be having food there again.
Smack and cheese.
Yeah, that shit's delicious.
He did actually tweet out what he was going to have. It was in a reply to Jake Goldstein. I got to find this because I happened to come across it on my Twitter feed. And I was like, oh, that sounds really, really good. He says he's going to have pulled pork sliders, smoked turkey croissants with a cranberry dipping sauce, 4-cheese smoked mac and cheese, and some other stuff.
Oh, man, that all sounds real good.
Oh, God, yes. So, if you're not tired of leftovers, maybe still want a little, kind of something little Thanksgiving themed, but then again, you also have the 4-cheese mac and cheese, which is going to be really good, too. That's amazing.
Look, man, just because you ate Thursday don't mean you're still not going to be hungry on Saturday.
I would think some people, depending, they might not want Thanksgiving stuff. They might have had it 2 days in a row at that point, but there's other options. Pulled pork and mac and cheese, and that's, if I'm tired of Thanksgiving stuff, there's at least those two things, and that's awesome. And some other stuff.
Man, my house never hosts Thanksgiving anymore, so I don't know about Thanksgiving leftovers. I never have them. I just have that one meal when we go to Pam's mom's or grandma.
So before we go any further, Ed, let's talk about the Duke, and let's just get every plug out of the way right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Duke was on Pod Van Dam.
Yeah, and he's really likable and charming, guys. I swear, we babyface the Duke. I think
it's almost a 2-hour episode.
Yeah,
but it's filled the right way. Not like there's a wrong way, but like it doesn't really feel like it. There's all the regular segments, and the only thing I'll say, there's a really fun ending. Not going to say what it is, but when listening to it, I got excited.
Man, a 2-hour episode. What is this? Super fantastic.
It didn't feel like that recording. Like when we recorded, it didn't feel that long. You know what I mean? Like
the
Duke's really nice to talk to, and he's really funny. It's fucking great, actually. Like I'm gonna say all kinds of nice things about the Duke.
Yeah, I mean it's also like under 2 hours. I think it was like an hour and 40 some minutes, but it's still it's close to 2 hours, but it's a fun episode. So if you haven't checked that out already, This is coming out on Wednesday. That was 2 days ago. You should have checked it on your your Tuesday commute. So, yeah, check that shit out.
You get to hear us talk about Jim Cornette for hopefully the last time. So,
Man, you know he's going to do something dumb this week again.
but will it be relevant? That's the thing. We might just all be done with him. We're going to see how this goes. He might be Vince Russo now. He might be completely irrelevant.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be great?
It'd be the best.
I just think it was funny that he blocked his son afterwards.
Oh, poor Brian Zane, man. That's got to suck. You know what I mean? Like,
But his video was so good afterwards. Brian Zane was just
yeah, it was.
talking about the whole situation. It was. I'm going to liken it to a Joe Sposto rant because I've been really falling in love with those because they're like well thought out. They're not overly angry, but it's just like, here's the common sense of the matter, and this is why it's wrong.
It's got to suck for Brian Zane, though, man. Like, he loved Corny.
Yeah.
It'll be like when I met Mick Foley and he didn't want to talk about Dude Love, but like times 5.
It's like if you met Poppy and she didn't want to meet you.
Poppy
It's like if he met Poppy and all she wanted to talk about was Triple H.
Oh,
And now she's friends with him.
Yes, please,
She would start every sentence with me and my friend Paul.
And she talks about how much she hates Boogeyman.
It's just like Triple H and Ryan Satin, and that's like out of all the people in wrestling she gets involved with, like it's just trash. It's like I don't know who's. Oh God.
I will say I know how you feel. Kind of go a little back about what we kind of previously mentioned when I had a conversation with Veda of like what were her like movies she hates. She said there was one movie, and in my head I'm like, okay, what fucking movie would anybody hate? Maybe it's Napoleon Dynamite, not a movie I'm really fond of, but I know people love it. She goes, Tommy Boy, one of my top 5 favorite movies. Yeah, and I'm like, how could you hate Tommy Boy? It's a great movie. It's funny. It's fun.
Dude, I don't even like movies, and I like Tommy Boy.
That says a lot.
Yeah, I don't. Who doesn't like fucking Tommy Boy?
There was a story behind it, but I was still shocked because that's one of my absolute favorite movies.
Was the story I hate fun?
Maybe, but anyway, we're trailing off like we're the AIW podcast to start off with.
Oh hell yeah!
Let's talk about some of these matches, and we're going to do a preview like we do every preview show. We're going to pick 3 matches, talk about them in depth, go to a commercial break, and come back and pick winners for all the remaining matches. And let's start off with a rematch of what we saw earlier in the year: Nick Gage versus Mance Warner. If I'm correct, then both of you were there. This was a WrestleMania weekend match.
I mean, I was there, but I don't know if I was there, bud.
How about you, Stacy?
I was there, but that whole weekend's kind of blurry.
I remember this is like the first time that Mansoor got to do the big entrance, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because I
remember thinking it took fucking ever.
He didn't do the big entrance until Odeon, I want to say.
Oh.
Like, I want to say, I mean at a like actual show. So that might have been there because he didn't debut it in Cleveland until like J-Lit.
Yeah, I think that was the first time he got to do an AIW. Yeah, these two are just going to beat the piss out of each other, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy violent. I love that shit.
Who are you guys going to be rooting for, Nick Gage or Mance Warner?
Oh.
I'm not saying who you think is going to win, but who you're rooting for.
I'm rooting for old Mansoor, probably.
Yeah, I feel like I'm probably on that same side.
I might be rooting for Gage, but Mance Warner could have the potential in 2020 to contend for some AIW championship. It's bound to happen.
Do you think either of them get booed, or is this just going to be like we love everybody kind of deal?
I feel like this is going to be we love everybody. How's somebody going to boo either of these guys? When have you ever heard, aside, even when Mance was with the Duke, everybody cheered Mance and then booed Duke. Nobody boos Nick Gage, at least to his face.
Okay, I was about to say, I know a handful of people who do, but I feel like Mance is like way more loved. I don't know many people who don't like Mance. Mance is like in and out of the ring a good dude, a lovable dude.
So what are you saying about Nick Gage outside of the ring?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying about Mance. I mean, I love Nick fucking Gage, but I'm saying I do know people that don't like him. Are they stupid reasons? Of course they are. But I do know that there's at least way more people that don't like him compared to Mance Warner.
People are silly. Just look at Twitter.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're right. I love Nick Gage and I love Mance Warner. Two fucking awesome dudes. And they're going to kill each other. Maybe Nick Gage has the advantage because MDK. I don't know. How you feeling about this match, Ed?
I hope they let us back after this, mostly.
Yeah. Do you think anybody from Brook Park Rec Center is going to be in the building?
I think they will be. Hopefully they like wrestling.
That is also true. Like, this is going to be at a different venue, and I think in a venue they haven't been to in a long time. I've never been to this venue, so I'm definitely looking forward to, I don't know, different experience. Maybe one that I don't have to pay for parking. Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to pay for parking, but there's cops there now.
Oh, like real deal cops?
Yeah, man. You haven't listened to the AIW podcast yet. Yeah, they let us know there's cops.
I mean, if long as you don't call them.
Nah, man, they done been called. They're there.
They're there. They've been called. Cops have been called. I think it's a thing with the building, like they have to be there, is what they say.
Yeah, fuck.
Fucking cops.
Well, I mean, it's not going to stop me from going to the show. It just means that I can't openly do things I usually openly do.
Yeah, right?
Like drink alcohol? Okay.
Like what?
Like drink alcohol? Okay.
No, I don't think that's the problem. I'm well of age for that.
Oh, jaywalking. Very illegal.
Part of that.
Walking?
Yes. I do lots of illegal walking.
I believe it.
So Nick Gage, did anybody tell Nick Gage they're going to be cops? Nick Gage know?
I feel like that's a tactical advantage for Mance Warner.
Definitely. The cops being there might cite Nick Gage out. He hates cops. Nick Gage, famous for hating cops.
Or it might fire him up. He might be like,
gets
fuck
angry
this shit.
He gets angry that the cops are there and no one told him.
Maybe somebody tells him Mance Warner called the cops.
Nick Gage, famous cop hater.
Yes.
How you feeling about this match, Stacy?
What?
Is that how you feeling about this match?
Oh, we've been talking about it. I think it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. It's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I was just fixated on cops.
And I think with these two, they could have a match every so once in a while in AIW. We'd fucking love it. We don't give a fuck.
This match could headline any number of shows. Like that's a main event match, and it's probably not the main event on this show.
No, I think one of the matches we're going to talk about will be the main event. And I think it's going to be some good shit. But let's move on to one of the other matches on the card, and Ed's really excited for this one. We have the AIW Tag Team Title match, PME versus Bitcoin Boys with the Duke. Ed, I heard you're a fan of one of these wrestlers. Tell me how much you love Marino Tenaglia.
Marino, I like because he has a tattoo of a paw print, and that makes me think that he really likes dogs.
Anybody else in this match you really like?
I like Mikey.
Mikey's
my boy. I don't think that's a secret to anybody at this point. He really likes Power Rangers. You got to respect that. As we talked about on the podcast, we multiple times, like, Mikey's been the Pod Van Dam boy ever since he was on Ring Crew and he hustled and worked his ass off, and we like that a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mikey's always been the Pod Van Dam boy. We had him on the podcast before he even debuted.
Might have gotten in trouble for that, but
might have not been the best thing, but it happened.
And look at this. A year later, he's in a tag team title match.
Yeah, man. Look at what Pod Van Dam can do for you.
So basically, with him and the Duke, Pod Van Dam is completely in the Bitcoin Boys stable.
Oh, definitely. And Eric Taylor's winning me over. I like everything about this tag team. I mean, just like Duke said on our show, they beat 6 teams in 2 matches. It'd be kind of silly not to give them a tag title shot. And then the next night at UXWA, they get another tag title shot. They could be walking out there dripping in gold. It's going to be a great weekend for the Bitcoin Boys. But like I said, I got to remain impartial.
Well, you got to remain impartial on Saturday. You don't have to remain impartial here. You're whoever you want.
For sure be impartial on Saturday. But Friday, absolutely not. We'll be cheering for the Bitcoin Boys real big.
Do they squirt you in the face with a water bottle? Or do they purposely skip you?
I hope I get skipped. It's cold. I didn't get front row anyway, so I think I'm safe.
Oh, okay. Stacy, did you get front row?
No.
Oh, so do I have to sit in the corner?
That's completely up to you.
Do I have to be the fat dude that he looks for?
I don't know, man. I did not get front row. That shit sold out entirely too quick for me to get it. I didn't even have a chance.
Going back to 200, I kind of wanted him to run towards you in the back row. Just run all the way around and just do it. Fuck it. You have to be in the corner. Just do it.
Yeah, when he finally found me looking around, I just kind of shrugged my shoulders like, I don't know, man. This is the seat I got. Like, sorry.
Anyway, what are your thoughts on this match, PME versus Bitcoin Boys?
Man, so as much as I love Mikey, PME, man, how you gonna get me to go against PME? Nah, I'm 100% behind PME in this match. On Saturday, much like Ed, completely impartial. On Friday,
you're not going to be impartial on Saturday.
What do you mean?
You're not a professional like I am.
Oh, okay.
You can't keep your emotions in check.
Oh, I see. Sure. So, anyways, Friday though, PME, man, come on. Who else am I going to cheer for?
It was a long road for PME to get to the titles. They finally win it, and I don't know what will be the team to beat them, but I think the Bitcoin Boys do have potential. You have the Duke right there, and maybe
potential. Yeah, he's going to cheat. That's what the Duke's there for.
Hey.
To help them win. He's
got his friends' backs. It's a good friend.
Friends?
You mean his investments? Is that friends?
Yes, that's the show I want to see, is Duke hanging out with the Bitcoin Boys. I want to see what things that threesome does together that they all have in common. Like, is he going to make those two go play softball with him? Is he going to watch Power Rangers with Mikey? No, come on.
Do you think Duke and Bitcoin Boys hang out as much as Poppy and Triple H do?
Excellent question. And by that, I mean awful question. Next question.
I would say that they hang out less often than Poppy and Triple H. At this point, those two seem like they're real tight.
Do you think she's coming over for Thanksgiving to hang out with the family? She's probably got to be like one of the family now, right?
She's on tour.
During Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I think so.
On Thanksgiving?
I'd assume so. It's not a real holiday.
I mean...
What, like Thanksgiving's more important than a Poppy concert?
I mean, her show's probably in Connecticut. She'll be able to swing by the house.
That's not true. It doesn't go on the East Coast. There's a whole... I had a whole meltdown about it.
Well, she has a private jet. Or they have a private jet. You know, she's obviously allowed to use it.
Don't bring they into it.
They?
Pretty soon.
Yeah, they.
Pretty soon she's going to be known as Poppy H.
That's not a thing. And if it is, it'll be because she's doing a cosplay of H from FMW.
I was thinking H from the Letter People.
No, I mean, I'm always thinking about H from FMW, though. That's my deal. That's my burden to bear, is constantly thinking about Unmasked Hayabusa and them short shorts. Changing your whole style up to protect your elbows. That's why he did it, Stacy. He had bad elbows. So he said, you know what? I'm gonna be a different person that wears tiny little shorts and doesn't jump off the top rope as much.
Totally different person.
Yo, real talk. I want somebody in AIW to do that, man. Like, let's have somebody that just completely is like, with full knowledge that everyone knows it's them, just makes a new gimmick. And it's like, this is just me now, and accept it.
Who would you pick for that to be?
Dr. Dan becomes a luchador.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
That's kind of where I was thinking too.
But like, he has to be the same with like Hayabusa and H, where like Dan flat out tells you like, after this date, I'm not Dr. Dan anymore. I'm going to be a luchador. And then he just fucking does it. And everyone has to accept it.
And he has to have like a sparkly teal luchador mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a Spanish cover of Man in the Mirror? Latin cover, basically.
If there is, can we start playing that one no matter what? Because Michael Jackson is not I don't want to hear that. I'm good on Michael Jackson forever.
Yeah.
Bad memories?
Nah, man. It's just like, if I can't listen to Ignition Remix anymore because R. Kelly's a terrible person, then people shouldn't be able to listen to Michael Jackson anymore because he's also a terrible person.
I mean, some people find Michael Jackson touching.
Oh, gross.
Man, I haven't been able to listen to Ignition Remix since that Chappelle Show skit. Because as soon as I hear it, I just hear Chappelle instead.
You just hear it's the remix to Ignition. This is a song about pissing.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Understandable.
Yeah, there's a lot of really bad music artists when you find out the fucked up shit that they did.
Yeah, I mean, you think these guys are bad. Look up Chuck Berry.
Oh, no.
Look up Steven Tyler.
What?
Yeah, but those parents gave him that child.
Look up Anthony Kiedis.
Oh, speaking of people that dated children, I just found out like a couple weeks ago that Jerry Seinfeld was 38 when he met his wife, and she was 17.
Wow, wow.
And I found it out because on Halloween, the stand-up did an entire bit about, but as 90s Jerry Seinfeld, all about like dating a 17-year-old. And it was like, what's the deal with parents, when they're your age? And he's like, I got to go to prom this year. I got to go to prom.
Oh, that's real good.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing. Hey, we're talking about wrestling, right?
Yeah. PME versus Bitcoin Boys.
Hey, I mean, this is topical. Jerry Lawler fucked children, so I'm sure that's...
Poor Jerry. How do we get to like Jerry Lawler in this match? Is it because the Duke? About the same age?
Oh, no. I like the Duke.
Oh, man, don't compare the Duke to Jerry Lawler. I mean, people don't like the Duke, but as far as I know, the Duke don't fuck children.
I said age. I said because they're close to the same age. I didn't go that route because that would be fucked up. That's why I said, what?
Jerry Lawler's like old as shit, but his face is only like 15 at this point, right?
Supposedly because he doesn't smoke or drink, but I don't know.
No, it's because he got his fucking face pulled back and extra skin cut out. Like, we don't need a both. They're like addicted to facelifts. Jerry Lawler looks like a cat person at this point.
So Cats is coming out next month. Ed, are you going to go see it?
Oh, God, no. Nah.
That shit looks like a waking nightmare.
But Taylor Swift is going to be in it.
Oh, I didn't even know that. For sure not, no. I do want to see that Shia LaBeouf movie, though, where he like plays his own dad. It's like his biopic, but he plays his dad and like another kid plays him.
I had no idea this type of movie was even coming out.
Yeah, I think it's called Honey Boy.
No comment.
Guys, it looks really good. Like,
it can't be worse than Cats.
Yeah, I give it that.
So PME versus Bitcoin Boys, gonna be a banger, right?
Fuck yeah.
Much like that Shia LaBeouf movie, I can't wait to see this match. Look, I just brought it all in together.
Look at those skills.
Fucking A.
Let's get to the last match we're going to talk about. It's potentially the main event. It's definitely almost has to be the main event.
It's the main event.
No, the main event's not on the card. They don't work for this company.
But they are the Blackcraft Tag Team Champion, and that is something to be proud of.
Are you a champion of a company that doesn't exist anymore?
Me? Yeah, I'm the TXW Hardcore Champion 43 times.
Then I think Josh Prohibition is the defending PWO television champion. Been going on like 5 years straight. Pretty lengthy run.
I'm going to be like British Bulldog and start screaming about how I want my shot. I want that belt. I'm going to start collecting all kinds of vacant titles.
Anyway.
Man, that match where Main Event won those belts, there were 5 tag teams in that match. What a fucking great show that Blackcraft show was. I
can't believe you remember that. You've wasted brain space on remembering specifics from that show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ugh.
With all the walking you do, you haven't just forgot about it?
No, surprisingly, because there were so many highlights, like Andy Williams just saying fuck it and leaving partway through.
No, man, listen. I was tired as fuck. I was only there to see David Starr.
You got to see him.
Bullshit, I got to see him.
Oh my God. He walked out to the ring. He stood across from Johnny Blackcraft and then got pinned. You saw him. He was there. I saw him too. And then Matt Justice killed a guy.
I remember. No, I remember that.
Absolute title match. Filthy Tom Lawler versus Joshua Bishop.
Speaking of killing a guy, didn't Josh Bishop say he's going to slit Tom Lawler's throat?
Yeah, I wonder where he learned that from.
This match is going to be fucking nuts too. This will be the encapsulation of hell on earth. They're going to fucking tear the fucking house down. How you feeling about this match, Ed?
Dude, I can't wait for this match. This is going to be sick. Been a big fan of Josh Bishop since his first match. I'm pretty sure his first match, that Student Scramble, won my match of the year that year because it was just fucking bonkers. The kid's lost his fucking mind. He's a crazy person, and I don't like. Tom's a professional fighter, and Tom's a badass and everything, but Tom's not a complete psychopath. And I think that gives Josh an edge here, knowing that Josh isn't. I don't know if he isn't smart enough or doesn't care enough to like not cause his own body damage. Like, you know what I mean? He puts himself out there to get hurt, and he doesn't care, and he'll just hurt you more because he's a fucking crazy person.
Joshua Bishop is very superhuman, and the pun is intended.
He also has Wes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a lot for Tom to overcome in this.
Does Tom even have friends?
The only one we know of in AIW is Nick Gage.
And I
a hell of a friend to have. Got a little history with Wes.
Now listen, if Tom brings Brian Alvarez with him as a corner man, I think that probably gives him the edge.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you like Brian Alvarez?
One of the all-time greats. Trained by Buddy Wayne.
Top 5 favorite wrestler?
Top 5, yeah, for sure. I saw him WrestleMania weekend. He was really great. I like when he tag teams up with Tom Lawler, and they start chopping and chopping. I'm big into that. He says "dude" really cool on his podcast. He's got cool hair. Yeah, Brian Alvarez is awesome, man.
How you feeling about this match, Stacy?
Man, so you would expect sometimes the main event isn't really like the show, the match that steals the show. I think this one might actually be. Like, this match is going to be fucking crazy. Josh is an absolute madman. Like, either since Mania weekend or since he went off that balcony with Matt, he's just a different dude. It's not the same guy. Like, I really thought a year ago at this point, when he wrestled in Akron for the Absolute title, I thought it was a real possibility that he could be champ then. And he wasn't fucking crazy then. Now he's fucking crazy. I think it's going to be really difficult for Tom Lawler to walk out of here still champ at the end of the night.
We've talked about it for a while that it's debatable that, and it's going to be really, really close, that Joshua Bishop has had like the best year in AIW. I think there's a couple people that, or at least one that can contend with him. After that, nobody comes close. And like last year, do you even remember the match that Joshua Bishop was in?
Hell on Earth?
Yeah.
No.
All Ego Ethan Page versus KTB versus Dominic Arini versus Joshua Bishop.
Oh, that sounds like a really good match. I don't know why I don't remember that.
Probably because I think there were other things that were bigger that night, such as, one of the matches of the year for many people, I think me included, Dance versus Justice. You have the retirement match of Magnum CK, which ended up having the Weird World walking out as tag team champions. And there was also LA Park versus Nick Gage. It's not
that's why I don't remember it, because there was a ton of other crazy shit that happened on that show.
Yeah. So 1 year ago, like, he's in that match, and, now it's almost a complete 180. Like, the dude is just a different dude. Like, even, like, the promo picture is the old baby Joshua Bishop photo. And now, like, 2019 has been the year of the madman Joshua Bishop. And it's fucking awesome. Like you said, like, maybe it started WrestleMania weekend. Maybe it was the fall with Matt Justice, or the combination of those two. Like, it put him on the map too, and legitimately been killing it. His shit in Black Label Pro has been pretty good too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. It's definitely almost has to be the main event, and we'll get into picks of how we think this is going to end. But any final thoughts on these two between either of you?
No, I'm ready to make my pick. I'm stoked on this. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be really difficult for Tom to pick up the win, and that seems really weird to say, but yeah.
But if anybody can do it, it's fucking Filthy Tom. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's a legit badass.
Yeah. All right, let's go into this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You wake up every morning, get yourself out of bed, and look in the mirror, and realize that you don't recognize the person looking back at you. you don't feel as whole as you should. You feel about half empty. You get in your car and go about your daily activities, and you think about all the opportunities that you missed. Opportunities you didn't take. Doors you left closed instead of open. You think about all the things that you could have done and the things that you chose to do instead. Well, that's where I come in. My name is Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham, and I am not only a motivational speaker, but I am a personal development coach, and my 3-principle system has changed the lives of countless people all over the world. I invite all of you to stay with me today and listen as I help you change your lives and give all of you a new beginning. But now you're asking yourself, Dr. Dan, are you going to tell us what the DCR system is? And I will tell you now. The 3 simple principles that change everyone's lives: dedication, confidence, and respect. D, C, and R. If one is dedicated to themselves, confident in oneself, and respectful of oneself, there is nothing that they cannot accomplish. Those 3 principles are the building blocks of anything you wish to achieve. If you just remember D, C, and R, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. But sometimes you feel that isn't enough. Sometimes you need to be a little more focused on the task at hand. But don't worry. To go along with dedication, confidence, and respect, you can always remember rule number 1.
And let's go back to talk about all these fucking matches on this card. We have a 10-match card. Let's start with 40 Acres versus Aeroform and Wheeler Yuta. So all 3 members of 40 Acres plus Aeroform and Wheeler Yuta. 1 match. Who do you got in this, Ed?
I'm never, ever going to pick against Wheeler Yuta. So as much as it pains me to say I hope Lewis Linden wins a match, I'm going to pick Aeroform and Wheeler Yuta.
How about you, Stacy?
Yeah, how are you going to do Wheeler Yuta dirty like this? I mean, Flip's his brother, so he has to wrestle with him and shit, but man... Yeah, I gotta pick 40 Acres. Man, that sucks. Not that I don't like 40 Acres, but man, picking against Wheeler Yuta, yeah, I can't do. You're a better man than me, Ed.
I'm gonna go 40 Acres. I don't know why everybody doesn't like Lewis Linden. I feel like Thrift Store Jobber started a trend, or he was just the voice of that particular group that didn't like him. But
no, I think he just said what a lot of people were thinking.
That's kind of the voice of, that people who
but man, I haven't seen
about
AJ Gray do that top rope leg drop in person, though. He hadn't rolled that out at AIW that I remember. So that's exciting.
Up next, we have 2 Infinity Beyond versus The Production. Technically, 2 former tag team champions. I gotta go The Production. And if I'm correct, this will be a Danhausen-less production. Who do you got, Ed?
2 Infinity Beyond always wins, but I don't know. They just lost tag titles. Maybe I don't know. That's in their heads a little. Plus, I can't really pick against Derek and Eddie, so I'm gonna have to go with The Production.
How about you, Stacy?
Yeah, I can't pick against The Production.
KTB versus Eddie Kingston.
Ooh.
This will be another crazy fucking match. I'm gonna go KTB. Be you, Ed.
Oh, yeah, no. Royal Road Eddie is going to win this all. Kings Road Eddie. It's All Japan Eddie. He's going to go in there and land some chops and some slaps and some backdrops, and I can't wait.
Oh, yeah, it's Eddie Kingston.
Okay.
100% Eddie Kingston. This is also going to be a fucking just insane goddamn match. It's going to be so good.
I think for me, KTB is just due for a win. I feel like...
Didn't he just win?
Did he? I feel like he hasn't won as much. Because there's been, he was on a streak, really bad streak. And they ended up getting a title shot for some reason in the middle of that streak. But
I don't know. I thought he just won. I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last time.
Speaking of a title match, intense title match, Matt Justice versus Zach Thomas. I can't go against Matt Justice, not right now. Dude's a fucking madman. And I think he could potentially kick the shit out of Zach Thomas. How about you, Pat? When I say Pat. Pat. And you can hear Pat with Ed on Pod Van Dam. So, Ed.
Man, the one dude who's not high got somebody's name wrong? Come on.
Long day.
Wild.
It's a long day.
Okay, I mean, Matt Justice is going to have Bill Alfonso out there, and Zach Thomas doesn't have anybody with him. So I don't know. Maybe if, like, Zach Thomas gets a friend to hang out there with him, like, I don't know, Brian Alvarez, he's got a chance. But unless that happens, I'm picking Matt Justice.
I was looking at pictures of the Brook Park Rec Center because I've never been in there. And it looks like there's some tall shit for Matt to jump off of.
Okay.
That being said, Matt Justice wins.
Next up, the AIW Tag Team title match, PME versus Bitcoin Boys. PME all day. This is going to be their reign for a little while. And this will be where the Bitcoin Boys get their first loss. Who you picking, Ed? You've got to be picking PME, right?
Yeah, no. Bitcoin Boys. I like Mikey.
Stacy?
Man, so look, I want to pick PME. And in my heart, I really think it's PME.
That's right.
But
That's right.
the fucking Duke.
Woo!
How many times has the Duke pulled some bullshit and fucked someone over and his guys have walked out with titles or his guys have won an important match?
So many times.
And PME, it's not like Papa Pepperoni's at ringside.
Right?
They're out there by themselves. And they've overcame this kind of stuff before. But man.
Not against Mikey.
Yeah, I got to go with Mikey
Yeah.
and the Bitcoin Boys.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Boys could win, but doesn't mean they're going to be champions. Because that could happen too.
And if they don't win at AIW, they have another opportunity the next day at UXWA.
Hell yeah.
Next up, we have Veda Scott versus Alley Cat. As much as I'm a huge fan of Veda, I kind of see Alley Cat coming out of this with a win. How about you, Ed?
Could see this one going either way. So I think Veda is gonna win. Experience. She's a veteran.
But you, Stacy?
So I really hope, and I don't know if it's even a thing she still does or how she's getting to Cleveland, because if she's flying, she probably ain't bringing this. But man, she had that weird cat head she wore for a while. And if there was ever a time to have that shit in a match, this is it. But Alley Cat, man, she's going to win. She's like the resident AIW women's wrestler. Like everybody just comes in to challenge her, right? Like that's what happens now. So yeah, Alley Cat.
Her or her alternate Faye Jackson. Or they're in a match together against the tag team.
Yeah. But yeah, Veda Scott had that weird cat head, right? Like I didn't imagine that. That was the thing.
That's the thing. She even made a shirt out of it.
Yeah.
That would be a cool thing to see. But I don't know if she's flying or driving.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe fly, because I don't know if she's coming out of Philadelphia or not.
I don't know anything about that woman's personal business, but I know she had a weird cat head. And if I'm high and I see somebody wearing a giant cat head, I'm probably going to laugh a lot. And that sounds fun.
I can't remember if I brought this up on a recent episode or not. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Donst.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he's been wrestling much lately. I think about a month or so ago, I saw him post something about kind of an article or him like talking about going 90 days sober.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm asking where Donst is, so that tells you something.
Yeah, it's been since like J-Lit weekend.
No, I thought he had a match at APSO against Dom.
Yeah, okay.
That was, I think, the last time, because I don't think he was at Rager.
He was not a Rager.
Which, looking back at it, that was weird that he's normally at every Rager. So, Anyway, move on to Nick Gage versus Mance Warner. I'm going to go Mance Warner. But you, Ed?
Oh, this is hard. This is very, very hard. I'm gonna have to pick Mancer. Just not even for like I don't have any reason. I just have to pick somebody. So I'm gonna pick Mancer.
It's true. You do have to pick somebody. One of the two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick that same somebody. I'm gonna pick Mancer because there's gonna be cops. And I feel like that might throw Nick Gage off his game.
Alex Shelley versus Eric Stevens. I'm going to go with the king of the Twitter hot takes, Eric Stevens. How about you, Ed?
Alex Shelley's been on a fucking roll since he's been in AIW. Eric Stevens has taken some L's. So, oh, man, this sucks because I really like both these guys a lot. This card is very much, like, that's a cool thing about it. I could see anybody winning, like, any of these matches, really. But I'm going to go Alex Shelley. He's kind of a dick sometimes. You know what I mean? I could see him pulling off some dickery to win this match.
Dickery. Man, can we take a moment to appreciate how fucking cool this match is?
Yeah, I can't wait for this.
Yeah, man, this is a fucking crazy match. Eric Stevens versus Alex Shelley is a fucking crazy match. I'm gonna pick Eric Stevens because I like some of his takes on food.
Next up, we have VSK versus CPA versus Dominic Rini versus Big Twan Tucker. Ed, let's start with you on this one. Who do you got?
I got CPA for one reason only. CPA knows Wang. Like, they went to high school together, I guess.
How about you, Stacy?
Man, there's a lot of initials in this match.
Yeah.
Man, have you seen Big Twan, though? Like,
I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah, man. Like, Big Twan, though. Yeah, I got to pick Twan. Twan's going to win this match.
Wait. Does CPA listen to this, do you think?
I know he knows it exists. I don't know if he listens.
So just in case, CPA, if you're listening and you're like friendly with Wang still, ask him why he hasn't done that Chris Chan video yet. He keeps showing up in Chris Chan's like favorite followers of the week whenever she does that thing. And so he's got to be doing something. There's got to be something there. Make that Chris Chan video. You do everything else about the internet. Make that Chris Chan video. What are we doing here? Ugh. I love you, and I love your content. CPA, you're great, too.
I'm going to go with Dominic Garrini. Just as much if you've seen Big Twan, have you seen Dominic Garrini?
Oh, you know what? I forgot that Dom is supposed to be on the show Saturday. I'm picking Dom. Never mind that. CPA, still like you. Still think you should tell Wang to do that Chris Chan video, but picking Dom.
Dom might listen to this, too, so...
Yeah, man. I just, almost fucked that up.
Dominic Greeny, one half of Violence is Forever. Damn near getting murdered by the Workhorsemen.
That match was fucking bonkers.
Every time those two teams had a match, it's fucking nuts. And the fact that they put it in a 30-minute Iron Man match was fucking great.
Yeah, I got to see that whole match. I drove home from Cleveland partway through that show and still got to see that whole match. I was real excited.
I think we're down to one match. Absolute title match. Filthy Tom Lawler versus Joshua Bishop for the AIW Absolute Championship. I'm going with the new AIW Absolute Champion, Joshua fucking Bishop. Some call him a beast, but he will become champion. How about you, Ed?
Oh, yeah, Josh is winning this thing. I've said that since this match is announced. He's a fucking psychopath. He's unstoppable.
How about you, Stacy?
Yeah, it's Josh. It's Josh's night. And new. Yes, sir.
There's one thing about this show that we haven't mentioned, I think because the opening went an extreme way that I didn't figure it would, but, Kevin Nash is going to be here. How do you guys feel about that? Me, I'm excited. Actually, Amanda's coming with me to the show because he was in Magic Mike, and she was like, well, I want to meet him because he was in Magic Mike. All right, fine, whatever. Let's go to the show. But I like Super Shredder. I remember growing up during the whole Diesel era, and I'm a truck driver now, so I've always had a soft spot for him. So I'm looking forward to it, and I will be getting the picture and autograph. Doubting you guys will, because I know, Stacy, you're not real big on it, and then Ed, you're rare.
Yeah. This is a think about one, though. I'm thinking about it. Kevin Nash is in my top 10 ever. I fucking love Kevin Nash. If you ever give me a chance, I will argue with you and I think convince you that Kevin Nash going over Goldberg at Starrcade was the correct decision. Kevin Nash and TNA, Paparazzi Productions is one of my favorite things to ever happen in wrestling. I was only watching TNA at one point just for Kevin Nash and Alex Shelley vignette shot on a shitty camera. I thought he was real funny in WWE, even when he wasn't trying to be. I don't know. I've always gotten lots of enjoyment out of Kevin Nash. So I'm thinking about this one.
Man, I don't do a lot of photo ops. Like, it's got to be. And I liked Kevin Nash a lot back in the day. I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad he's coming in. I'm finally, like after not being at the Akron show, it's cool that there's a makeup and that he's here.
And hearing like he's just the coolest guy. You know what I mean? To like ever wrestle, probably.
Former PWO main eventer.
That's I think he's done more than that.
Just the slightest bit.
I don't know, man. Nash is just the fucking coolest, right?
Big daddy cool.
He's just.
Have you ever seen him eat ravioli from Gargano's Catering?
Fucking yeah, while Joe Dombrowski's asking him stupid questions. I've seen it. I love Kevin Nash. Oh man. He used to just like lean on the rope and just like mumble into a microphone for a promo. This is the coolest. Ugh.
Former tag team partner of Aaron Draven.
Yep. Everybody knows that.
Aaron Draven, also known for and
for being mentioned just now.
Who
Aaron Draven, also known for that.
And then Aaron Draven and Kevin Nash went up against Marion Fontaine. For sure you heard of him. And then a guy by the name of Brody Lee. If you don't know him, maybe you know Luke Harper.
Oh, that makes sense because you got two real tall guys.
Yeah.
Good booking.
But like one is so guys. Fucking cool, man.
You just don't understand, Stacy.
No, I mean, I guess I don't.
Dude, have you ever heard the Bud Light Lime story?
No.
Magnus and Sanjay Dutt used to drink Bud Light Limes in the TNA like green room area, and everybody made fun of them until Kevin Nash drank one and said these are fucking delicious, and then everyone started drinking Bud Light Limes because even in like 2011, Kevin Nash was the coolest dude in the world, and everybody just wants to be like Kevin Nash.
He was in the Good Punisher movie.
Is there a bad one? I thought that's the only one I know. Thomas Jane one.
The Warzone one, I think, is the good one.
Never even heard of this movie.
Oh. Maybe he's not in the good one. Maybe he's in the bad Punisher movie.
Dude, no. Is he in the one with Thomas Jane?
I don't know.
I only know Thomas Jane because he's in Arrested Development and he plays Thomas Jane.
Yeah. I don't think, no. Maybe it's a different one. It's definitely not the Dolph Lundgren one.
He was in the opening of a Sabrina the Teenage Witch episode?
What? We could review that on the old Podbean. Damn it.
It's only like the opening bit before like the, title, whatever you want to call it, the theme song. Like that.
This is going to be a real deep rabbit hole. But I'm prepared to do it real quick. Do you remember that show on the WB with the rabbit puppet?
Greg the Bunny.
Greg the Bunny. Do you remember the hot redhead chick?
No, not Greg the Bunny. You're talking about the Married with Children, not spin-off. It was made by the same creator.
Yeah.
Bobcat Goldstein. Was it Goldstein? Did the voice of him, Mr. Floppy. I can't remember the name of it.
Either way, do you remember that it had that hot redhead chick in it, right?
Yes.
She got her own show, and then Kevin Nash was on it, and he played a wrestler that, like, women, like, his gimmick was women really love him, but in reality, he was, like, a closeted gay man. Was
she the daughter, or was, like, another redhead on the show?
She was the daughter.
I thought the daughter was blonde. I could be wrong. It's been many years I've seen it, because I wasn't her name, like, Nikki Cox?
Nikki Cox, yeah!
We're going down a really weird rabbit hole. And if we want to top it off with one more Kevin Nash movie, Grandma's Boy.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I only know who Nikki Cox is because she married Jay Moore.
Yeah.
What?
And yeah.
On purpose?
Yeah, believe that or not.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Grandma's Boy's amazing.
He was in Suicide Kings. That movie's real good.
The fuck is that?
It's this movie from like the late 90s with him and Christopher Walken in it. I don't know. It's good.
Kevin Nash and Christopher Walken?
No! Jay Moore, man.
All right.
Jay Moore.
All right.
Jay Moore was also in an episode of Scrubs, if you're a fan of that. But yeah, we went down a really weird rabbit hole here on Kevin Nash and then getting on Nikki Cox. Oh, was the show?
Yeah, I was just trying to make it keep going weirder. You stopped it.
Was the show? I even looked it up. Was it Unhappily Ever After?
Yes, 100%. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. God, I used to love that show, but it really was a carbon copy of Married with Children, except...
But it was like a rabbit puppet.
Well, yeah, but except Al would have talked to a puppet named Mr. Floppy.
Fucking awesome. More shows need puppets. I've said this a million times.
I don't disagree.
So Nick Cage?
No, not that one.
Shh. Don't talk about that.
Well, any final thoughts or last bit of plugs before we go? Let's start with Stacy.
UXWA on Saturday, day after Hell on Earth in Brooklyn, $15. Come, it's a good time. And listen to Super Fantastic podcast. The newest episode of Super Chantastic is available right now.
How about you, Ed?
Yeah, UXWA, like he just said, but Pat will be there, I believe, and Jonah, I believe. All of us will be there, so find us. We'll have stickers if you want them.
Yes, I want one.
Definitely, we'll have this for you. And follow us on Twitter at Podbean Dam and Instagram, and I think Facebook. I don't know. I think at Podbean Dam is our thing on everything.
I know you can search it Pod Van Dam, all separate words. Or maybe it is one word, but I know it's like podcast at the end.
Oh, good. I've never once seen our Facebook page.
A couple months ago, it started actually being updated more instead of just...
Yeah.
Or maybe it was even longer than that, but it was like there was that long period that there was like no updates.
Like years.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I hate Facebook.
And, of course, you can find me at Heavyset330, much like you can find this show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Facebook.com/WrestlingCheers, Twitter.com/WrestlingCheers, and Instagram.com/WrestlingCheers. Email, if you so choose, desire, WrestlingCheers@gmail.com. And we have the merch store over at whatamaneuver.net. Like I said, please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Podbean, WrestlingCheers.podbean.com. Check out our friends on the Trending Topics Network, such as All Beer Inside, Eurovision Showcase, Old School at the Movies, and Wrestling with Altitude. Check out our other podcast friends, such as Let the Hate Flow Through You, Pod Van Dam, Super Fantastic Podcast, The Road Home from Wrestling, Haunted Home Video, The IndieCast, Center of the Universe, Sobros Network, UXWA Today, Big Gold Bell Podcast, The Co-Host Wrestling Show, Spotlight Series, I Got Your 5 Stars, Not Ready for Primetime Wrestling, and It's Evolution Baby. Check out our other non-podcasting friends, such as Thrift Store Jobber, The Savage Stash, Powerslam.tv, use Wrestling Cheers all one word and get your first month free, Mouse's Wrestling Adventures, Sickening Pictures, Good Company, Stay Tough, Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, Wrestle Void, Midwest Territory, Southern Underground Pro, and the official graphic designer of Wrestling Cheers, Moy Boy Designs. That will do it for us here on Wrestling Cheers, where everybody knows your name, even if you remember who Nikki Cox is. Later.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a